Buju Ninaway Maganadug, Wasa no de Kwe Nijinakaz, Maingen Indo Dam, Anishinaabe Kwe Indao, Wakwe Dung in Dunjaba. Hello, my name is Kathleen Smith. I'm with the Keweenaw Bay Indian community, and that's how I usually introduce myself traditionally. When I say Buju Ninaway Maganadug, that's hello, all my relatives, and it speaks to everybody, our plant nation, our wildlife relatives, and all of those ancestors that had passed on before us. So it kind of gives the attention to everything around us, as everything is alive. And being in this beautiful place, we're going to speak about Manomen. So Manomen means a lot to us culturally. We have 4 basic foods that we actually use in our ceremonies today, which is Manomen, the good berry, wild game, berries, which is strawberries or blueberries, and corn. During August and September is when we harvest the rice. It becomes ripe and it becomes harvestable about 2 to 3 weeks, and it comes in stages. As you see here, it's very tight and it's still green. And what it does, it has little kernels, little awnings. So when it drops into the water, it will drop down with these long tails. And as you can see, it's green. And when it becomes ripe, it becomes almost like a purplish color. And it drops down into the water. So during time, you can actually harvest repeatedly through the 2 to 3 weeks. And in a good acre of wild rice, Manomen bed, you can actually get about 500 pounds of rice in a good bed. But actually only 10 to 15% is harvested when we actually go out and harvest. A lot of it returns back to the earth to be able to feed our relatives, which are the waterfowl. We saw a lot of beautiful, look like cranes out there. A lot of ducks. They feed the muskrats, the fish, so you name it. So we share our good gifts, with all. And as we continue sharing, we always have to be grateful for what we do have. But when we come to harvest, we are always singing our songs, doing our ceremonies, and thanking, Manadu Gitagan for sustaining our life. The way we harvest is we actually have a lot of tools that we construct. There's a lot of teachings that go along with doing an honorable harvest. So we never take too much. We're always gentle when we harvest, traveling through the rice beds, because we want to be able to continue having more harvest to come. We could go through one area, maybe another family will come through and still want to continue to harvest. And through harvest, we actually have ricing sticks, which are about 36 to 38 inches. And then we always have a canoe that's less than 17 feet, so we do not damage the beds. And we also have push poles, which can be about 17 feet long, and they actually have a fork. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate how we use them. So we'd be sitting in a canoe and we have a push poler standing behind us. So we want to take the stalks gently and we tap them into the canoe. And we continue to do this as we are being propelled through the rice beds. And you want to be careful not to damage or to break the stalks. But usually you can go whoo, with a bunch of rice and you gently tap. And so these are cedar sticks, and the regulations are they want to be at least 8 ounces each, to where, our teacher, where I get my teachings from, is Roger Labine from LVD, from Waters Meat, Michigan. So everything I have learned, and then some, is from him. But he's a really stickler about, you know, making sure that our ricing sticks are 8 ounces each and equal a pound. And it can only be push-pulled through. We can never use a motor because we can, you know, definitely damage the beds. But if you actually pull on a stalk, you can actually, this one here is pretty good in there. It shows that the roots are actually in there really well. But there's some areas where it's very lightly because where broad rice thrives, they actually need muck. You actually can get up to about 12 feet of muck. It needs to be gently flowing waters here. That's why it thrives here. So it doesn't, you know, the seed doesn't float away. We did try to just reseed in some certain areas, but as you can see, it floats. And then it kind of gets carried away in the current, and then, but it actually, it will sink. At the awnings, it will auger down, it will sink into the soil, the organic matter, and it can grow anywhere from 6 inches to 3 feet, which is ideal. So we always have to check the depth, make sure it's at a good depth when we do reseed. In 2010, the KBIC tribe had become partners with DNR with this and a few other lakes. So there's about 9 lakes that we do restoration project with. And this is one of the areas where the seed had been put in, and what a wonderful area for it to thrive. So about 2 years this has been growing this prolific. But as we stand here within this beautiful gift that the Creator has given Keweenaw Bay, we just want to be able to, you know, put forth on having that respect, you know, for the culture and how everybody can harvest, but we must be able to show people what a beautiful area that this can be and how we could share it with everyone. As we go through the harvest, then we collect the green seed, then we also do everything traditionally as to connect us, you know, with Mother Earth. As we have that connection, you know, as being out here with this beautiful, beautiful area, the beautiful Nibi, the water, you know, we always give that gratitude, and we pray and we sing to the water and to the Manomen. We did have a ceremony here 2 years in a row, and then we also have such beautiful, beautiful Manadu Giptagon here. And hopefully, you know, someday we will be able to share all of this with everyone, and also with our plant relatives, you know, offering themselves up, you know, to sustain our life and to be able to respect our culture, our traditions. You know, our people have traveled many moons and many miles to come to this point to be able to share this with everybody.